The album was also released independently on Blisson's Records. What can you tell people about the label and your decision to release your music there?
Well, basically, Blisson's Records. I'm the co-founder of Blisson's Records, independent ran music label, and I figured if I'm gonna do music, I'm gonna do it for myself, and why not make my own label?
Absolutely. Okay. Unlike Codex Magica, the new album does not feature an array of different guest artists. How did you decide on the feature selection process for the Can't Fight the Feeling?
Well, basically, I didn't really want a whole bunch of features. The only feature is D Purple Bliss and Trey Book. Trey Book is from Black Fan Music. It's part of my family.
Yeah.
You know, so definitely I wanted my family to get a piece of this.
Okay.
And also feature them on some stuff. It was definitely time. And you know, I think a lot of the conflicting part about it was that the MCs that was on Codex Magica might have a problem with these kind of, you know, this kind of beat or this kind of subject matter. So I just took it upon myself and said, you know, I'm gonna make a CD just on my feeling, and you know, and basically put something out that's just from me. You know, there's nothing wrong with the other guys. I like them. They all dope. Believe that, they dope lyricists, but maybe it wasn't that time for them to stress them with that about what I'm doing. You know, I just wanted to do me, and it came out how I wanted it, and that's I think that was the best way to do it.
Of course, and as an artist, you have every right to have your solo album out at one point in time. Why do you feel Can't Fight the Feeling was a project you felt you needed to release at this current moment?
Well, definitely right now it's the summertime. It's 2012. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the time. That's why I wanted to put that music out, because this is music that you can enjoy listening to and not always be fear-mongered into a corner or a black cloud hovering over you, because you conjure up these dark consciousness clouds constantly by just not saying it's like program. It's a program. If you want to listen to that, go ahead. You can. There's a lot of stuff out there. But you know, if I'm sitting at a barbecue and I'm chilling with my family, I don't want to hear about that right now. You know, I want to have something I can say, okay, I can do that too. So that's good.
Yeah, there's a time for everything.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy the most during the process of the new album?
Well, basically venturing out on new beats and expanding, and also learning how to actually, you know, perfect my way to get into any kind of atmosphere that's possible. Not saying I can always go into this, but I can always go into that, or do something that's jazzy or something more hip hop, boom bapish, you know, and always be flexible. That's what part of being an artist is about, is being flexible.
Yeah, it's like with the new album, you put things into perspective as far as time is concerned. It's like you establish a relation from what it is now, what hip hop is like now, and compare it to you know, the good old days of hip hop and how it's going to be like in the future, maybe. Yeah. So. Right. There were online rumors and even fake press releases circulated months prior to the release of Can't Fight the Feeling under a different title, Classic. Can you elaborate more on that?
Well, first of all, Classic is for 2012, December 21st. This is an album solely produced by Zambo Beats. It's going to be back into the conspiracy thing, and that's going to be closing like the book on the conspiracy part. Because I don't want to bombard from people after 2012 with all this information. So I'm giving it to the information to them then, at that moment, so they can assess it for themselves and say, okay, is this really did it come about like everyone was talking
really,
about?
It's like you were the prophet, right?
Yeah, but that's why I made the mixtape No Profit.
First we
quote
got
unquote no profit, because I didn't make any profit off the freestyle, but I'm not a prophet. I'm not here to prophesy to you the end times. I don't want to do that. I don't have that burden on my shoulders, and I don't think anyone would, as a scholar or as anyone. But I'm not an expert. Understand?
First we have to see what's really going to happen on December or after December 21st.
Exactly.
So what do you believe?
Well, I believe is what you make it. If you want an alien takeover with Anunnaki dragons, hey, be my guest. But I'm gonna be bumping.
And I'm not laughing about
I'm gonna be bumping Can't Fight the Feeling B-sides and actually bumping the classic at that time and be like, I'm listening to it, but it didn't happen, so I'm gonna enjoy it, and a lot more things are supposed to come. But the only thing about the fake rumors and the press releases, you have these people on forums and underground sites that they go and they commit identity theft, and they do all kind of things just for attention, regardless if it's promotion or not. But the reason why I've made Can't Fight the Feeling so kind of mysterious, just for that point, so people couldn't taint it. His music, you can't taint it. Like, oh yes, Six Sense is talking about the conspiracy again. No, you can't even go that route with the CD. So that's why I dropped Can't Fight the Feeling in between Classic. Because Classic, I want to wait until December 21st. There's no use talking about it now. I want to talk about it when it's supposed to happen.
So is it going to be new material, or is it basically referring to old stuff that you did in the past?
Well, basically, the classic has been 70% done. A lot of the snippets you can actually go and view on YouTube. It's Cosmic Threat, Dumbs, Harp. Those songs are already out. But just to give you a feel of what the content is about. The rest of the album.
So that's for the conspiracy lovers.
Yeah, that's for the people that's saying, okay, they couldn't handle Can't Fight the Feeling, they couldn't handle it. So now they have something else they can listen to on December 21st, 2012.
Do you actually think that people are out there who can't handle Can't Fight the Feeling?
I wouldn't say can't handle it. It's a definitely I wouldn't say a shock, but it kind of like throws them off for a second, like, like, what kind of angle is this?
Yeah, because they don't expect that from you. But once they, get over the not, expecting this from Six Sense, something like this from Six Sense, then what do you think? That how do the people feel about it? What do you think?
I don't know.
What is the resonance right now?
Well, I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. I know I still have a lot of my older fans like we want the conventional Six Sense, but there's a time and place for that. Right now is not the time. Right. So I will give you the time to go through the internet and pull up all the stuff what I was saying or what I was talking about, because it's happening now. So now it gives me the time to write about it. If you're constantly making this music and you're constantly saying the same things, it's not going to be anything new. You have to let the kind of like the information a little bit accumulate where you can disseminate it and then talk about it. Right now it's happening so fast, everybody's saying the same thing. You're not getting any new information because it's all being regurgitated,
How did the album change you and your music as an artist? Now the question is perfect now.
Well, it just says that I can expand. I can listen. I can get definitely shouts out to the producers that helped me put this whole thing together, because it probably was a task for them to say, okay, I'm gonna make a jazzy soul beat for Six Sense. Like, what is that gonna be like? So it also gives them some creative room to do something else, and that's how everybody can kind of like prosper from endeavors like this. Not saying that everybody has to go to the solely old school, or maybe that is the key. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there, quote unquote. But it didn't change me It didn't change me. Don't get me wrong. I still might iterate some things here and there.
No, you do have that aspect to your personality. You do have the soulful aspect, the funky.
It's all there. So I'm not gonna fake the funk. I'm gonna bring it to the table. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah. So speaking of it, who are your top 5 favorite music artists and why?
Well, I say my biggest inspiration first of all would be Prince, because you can't touch him. Say what you want, you can't touch him.
Yep.
And why is that? But just an example, what I did with
it doesn't have nothing to do with me, right?
No. Just for the simple fact is that you can look at it, all his development through as an artist, and he always brought out something new. People don't want to hear the Purple Rain album. They can listen to the Rainbow Children. Yeah. Even if people even know the Rainbow Children, but it's still a whole different feel.
People won't even know.
They don't even know what I'm talking about. But still, that's how an artist evolves himself into who he is, because he can do different things. That's just one artist. Okay. Another artist where people rarely take notice for is George Clinton.
Yep.
Definitely. The whole West Coast Parliament. If it wasn't for that, it would be no hip hop.
No hip-hop.
In the beginning. Thank you. So that's 2.
But people ignore this. People don't even know.
Yeah.
There are people who do know. Don't get me wrong, but A lot
Africa
of people
Bambaataa,
don't
that's
know.
my third.
Yeah.
Africa
Yeah,
Bambaataa.
well,
If you don't know
he
about that,
started
then I don't
hip-hop.
need.
Yep.
I mean, I don't need to talk to you over YouTube. You better go Google
Okay,
that.
so 2 more.
And I have 2 more. Well, I wouldn't say as far as musicians, but I gotta say Professor Griff, because he kind of like gave me a lot of insight on things when I was younger listening to music that now I understand. But that's not even from a musical point of view. Now we talking about books and literature and lectures and this, that, and the third. You know, we got brothers that's breaking it down, and we need people like that. They need to have their respect. So definitely respect to those brothers. That's one of them too. And the last one I have to say is KRS-One. I mean, without him, without these fundamental pieces, without these names, you wouldn't have me. You wouldn't have a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, so I think a lot of people need to pay homage to those guys first. The upcoming guys and new is coming great. You got your time to shine, but definitely don't forget about those people, because without them, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah, definitely. What's in store for 6 Sense in the near future?
Well, it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff coming. You got the B-sides, Can't Fight the Feeling B-sides coming, which is a definitely change up to that. It's not going to be so. It's going to be that same type of feeling, but a little bit more rugged, a little bit more dirty. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be EPs, probably like 7 to 8 tracks, maybe some bonus material here and there.
So is it going back to that dirty 80s feeling?
Yeah, the dirty, I would say like 90s, like 93, 94.
Okay.
Like that time, like when Nas came out with Genesis.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, and then after that I have like I said, the classics dropping December, and right after that I'm gonna start on a new project. It's gonna be The Ceremony. It's gonna be totally something.
Okay, so there's a lot in the pipeline for completely.
Records. When you hear that, then it's like, wait, what did he say?
The Ceremony. I have an idea of what this is going to be all about.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Okay, so people stay tuned. Thank you very much for your interview, for your time again, and any closing thoughts?
Yeah, definitely shouts out for the people that support us. Definitely this blog spot, everyone who put me back in the past. I'm here. I got new music. We're gonna do it. We're gonna bring it, and basically that's how it is. And just keep on supporting and following. And I hope all y'all have a blessed, nice time. Took the time to watch this or read it or whatever you do, and keep it moving. It's 6 Sense, and I'm out.
Bliss Sense Records. Find us on Bandcamp.
That's what's up. Peace.